take a few moments to recognize our region's heroes of supply chain that we put in for recognition in the company for doing some outstanding things, kind of above and beyond, right? I mean, when you look at people and you look at, when you call them heroes, it doesn't mean that they did it by themselves. All right? I want to make sure I'm very clear when I say this. It just means that they were at the forefront, right? They did some things above and beyond, and they were at the forefront. But never, and these guys would be the first ones to tell you, that never, they did it by themselves. I think everybody in this room had something to do with some part of this, and I want everybody to recognize that and understand that, okay? But we are here today to take a look at two individuals here and, make sure that they understand that we really appreciate everything that they've done and everything that they've accomplished, all right? So I'm just going to reach in here and see what they're getting, from an award standpoint. The first one is Mr. Sagar Garwankar. Did I say that right, Sagar?
Yes.
So first of all, I'm going to read this, right? This is from Jorge, so I didn't want Jorge doesn't have to read it, but I'm going to read this, and then Jorge, you can present this to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So it says, Dear Sagar, congratulations on winning second place in the 2013 Heroes of Supply Chain program. Sagar, not only was it an honor for you to be nominated, but also to be selected as a recipient of this award is among one of the highest forms of recognition at Ryder. One of the main factors weighed by the Executive Selection Committee was your team's collaborative efforts on a nationally coordinated account. You and your team are the type of role model Ryder wants to endorse and recognize throughout the company. Thank you, Sagar, for all your hard work, and once again, congratulations.
We'll take a picture here in a second.
Let's see you,
Yeah, please, if you could get up there.
Well, I think I like to do both of them because we're both the Apria team, so I think.
Alrighty.
And maybe I'll sneak in here real quick because and say a couple of words because I thought he was going to do Amazon and I was going to do Apria. We went on through. But anyway, I think because I did want to say a couple of words about this award, especially Apria, because there's a lot behind it that is pretty neat about why Apria got recognized. I happen to be a member of the nominating committee. And obviously, it came down to, there was 3 or 4 accounts. The number one winner, everybody agreed to it. And there was 2 or 3 accounts that people were pushing for getting the top 2 awards. And obviously, I was pushing hard for Apria. but anyway, the reason I was, and in the end, I was able to convince the rest of the people that were nominating that were part of this committee, was because Apria is a story of what we want Ryder to be and what we're trying to accomplish. And because it breaks a lot of paradigms of the past. And we've been talking a lot about collaboration and working within your teams here. Fontana, with the field and all that. But Apria is even bigger than that. Apria is an example of an account that breaks the paradigms of the past. Where in the past, we would have somebody running CVS or somebody running any accounts, and they run them all over the country. So instead of leveraging the accounts, our people in California, they would come in from the east and run an account in California. And we've moved away from that, and we said we're going to trust each other. And one of us, VPs or group directors, is going to manage the customer, but we're going to leverage the account wherever it is. And Apria has 7 locations across the country. And they manage, and in the past, again, we said, I can't do it. If all those guys don't report to me, I can't do it. And in Apria, we said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to have everybody report to their local management, but Joel is going to indirectly support that director that is not Randy or anybody here, is from another team managing the Apria account. And we're going to build that trust, and we're going to work and trust each other instead of having somebody from that team come here to manage in California. So that was my selling point to the nominating committee as to why Apria should be considered one of the top 2, because it sends the right message. It sends the message of collaboration, it sends the message of working as a team, And not only did they do that, they also wrote up in the write-up, they did all save the money and came up with all the savings, and obviously Saga was a key leader in that engagement as well. And they've set up the processes that we're using now for other accounts that we're implementing this way. So, I mean, I did want to say that because to me, that was a critical reason as to why this guys won the award. And I think the second guy that won it was Joel, was part of that Apria team. So,
Yep, Joel, you can come up here, as I was gonna read the same thing. We did get a little off script, so I was gonna kind of recognize Sagar and then Joel as well. Joel, great job.
thank you.
Same thing.
So this is the Apria team, so now we can take a picture of the whole Apria team. You got the writer shirt, I got my writer jacket. There we go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right.
All right, thank you. And now that we got Jammer, it's got to go to Jammer, right? It's like,
There is Joel.
oh, Joel, I thought he was going to give it to me.
That's right.
I did a lot of work on getting everybody to agree.
That's right. Okay, the next award is for somebody who's not here